Yo, this is your boy Ron Prime 35, aka Scotty to the T, and we are chilling and marinate like we always do. Man, we got another game that I did not thought impossible that they was gonna make a remake of this. Pretty much all the PlayStation showcase, they had pretty much announced a lot of great games, a lot of good games, Spider-Mans, and like I say, and hopefully Wolverine will come out. I'm definitely cannot wait to get my hands when Wolverine comes out. But this is what we're going to talk about here, is the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, as pretty much we call it, Metal Gear Solid 3. The PlayStation 2 I prefer. Don't get me wrong, man, Metal Gear Solid has been one of my favorite games of all time. Took it way back from Nintendo to the NEC consoles, then it went back from the PlayStations and the PlayStations 2. Man, I'm telling you, and then now you got the new one that that came out between the new consoles, between the PlayStation 4s and Xbox, etc. And then I remember me playing back when the PlayStation 3 arrived, then Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and that did the storm. Well, when I first kind of started looking at most all the Metal Gear stuff, I got confused at one point, because I was thinking, okay, which one was first and which one was going on? So technically everything with the Nintendo is going back is the big boss. I mean, everything is going through the big boss. Before, he was just called Snake. Well, they pretty much named him Snake because after, if you go back to the storyline, or pretty much just go back to the timeline of this, it get kind of confusing. But once you start to get the hang of it, I kind of caught on with the storyline. I kind of caught on with the timeline. So it took me a little minute to do my research on it, and I finally got the answer for that. But when I started playing, the first Metal Gear on the PlayStation, when I very first got my PlayStation, man, I take it way back. It was back when Circuit City came out. It's when I first got my very first PlayStation. When I first started playing Metal Gear Solid, I was memorized. I mean, the game, it kind of felt like watching a movie, a real live action movie, and you just pretty much playing it. And sometimes you have, because Hideo Kojima had put these little Easter eggs in certain things. You're thinking the system has crashed or something's going on, this all kinds of weird stuff going on. And when I started playing Metal Gear Solid 2, another masterpiece. But the only thing that was pretty much was sucking about that point was you only get to play Solid Snake on that boat. That was the only thing that you can play him on the boat. You couldn't play him in nowhere else. But then you had this riding character that you pretty much had to, to control. Like I say, he was pretty much legit. He was, cool. He was badass. Till he came out with his game. Then I played that. Still trying to beat it though. But like I said, I've been playing it from time to time. But the game is pretty exciting. All right, back to Metal Gear Solid 3. This is the only Metal Gear Solid game I've never beat. I got it. I got the whole collection on the PlayStation. I also got the collection pretty much on my Xbox One, that they have 2 and 1. So I have not got a chance to play 3 to try to live that moment. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna try to get back onto it now, since they about to make a remake of this one. Enough of my jibber jabber, man. I don't want to talk too long about this right here. Like I say, I'm really excited that they're finally going to make a remake of Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know which one they was going to do. I didn't know if they was going to do 3, or they was going to do 2, or they was going to go back to the original Metal Gear Solid that they was doing back on the PlayStation point. But I guess what they decided to do is, we're going to take everything back, because this is Metal Gear Solid 3 was one. It was the first one that's ever been, and then after you go back to Metal Gear Solid 1, you might as well say that was the second one. Then the second one come back, and then you got 3. So you might as well say Metal Gear Solid 3 was pretty much with Raiden and Snake and all that. That's what they should have did. But I guess they trying to go back in history to know what's going on, because with Big Boss, they was pretty much was clones between him and Liquid and all these other. They just clones. So they just clones of him. And so, story just kind of got complex, but you know what it is. Like I say, everybody pretty much know how the timeline goes, but like I said, I don't want to go through details of the timeline as much as y'all do. Y'all pretty much know, and I know, so whoever. Enough said. Let's get do it. Let's get going with this new Metal Gear Snake Eater trailer. I've not seen this. I'm pretty much ready to see this, to see what they done. So without further ado, let's get at it.
I got pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like Chanel.
All right, here we go. We have the official reveal trailer of Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake of the PlayStation Showcase. Like I say, man, this was pretty much was a shocker, and I didn't even know they was going to make a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. So pretty much they called it Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, but I guess with Delta, I guess with the little triangle thing that they showed on there. But yeah, man, I mean, this is going to be the treats of the treats, and like I say, I just want to see what they have done with this trailer. So enough said, man. Let's just see my expectations and see what it looks like, what it's doing. But I know it's not going to be a gameplay, so it's not going to be any type of gameplay. This is just icing on the cake and see what they're gonna do. So enough said, let's continue with this and let's get it. Okay, little ants. So pretty much everything is look like it's you're pretty much in the jungle. I mean, you're pretty much right in the field of the jungle. Metal Gear Solid, the ant game. Say a parakeet took over a frog. It's almost kind of feel like I'm watching Nature or Discovery Channel. Like, you know how I say, well, this wilderness of all these alligators and birds are hitting these things. Yes, sir.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear.
You know, I mean, like I say, it kind of feel like watching the Discovery Channel, you know, just because all the stuff going around, but that's what you is when you're in that jungle. But yeah, man, I mean, he looks, the way the previews, everything looks good onto it. Like I say, he's in the jungle, same way, because you got to eat and all this stuff and catch to survive. I mean, you know, it's like a Survivor for the game. But they kept the music. They kept the music of the intro of the game of Metal Gear Solid 3. So like I say, you got to keep it that way. But I guess when they just called it Delta, I guess they didn't want to call it, you know, Metal Gear Solid 3. But they just killed Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So hey, yeah. But like I say, man, this game is gonna be legit. I mean, I got wet goosebumps right now. Just want to play this. It makes me want to go ahead and just play the third one right now. Kind of get the feeling of it. Because like I say, that was one of the games I've never beat. Never got real far onto it. The ones I only beat was the first one, the second one, and I beat the fourth one. But I've never really beat this one, and I never beat the newest ones that came out. Some of the newest ones. So But you know, the only thing I really hope they would bring back, I know Mr. Kojima and was it David Hayter, I know they didn't you know, cahoot with each other at times, but I really hope that David Hayter will bring that voice back. He's the only dude that can bring that voice to this character, that raspy voice, you know, the way he speaks. I just really wish Hideo Kojima can bring him back. Man, that will be so epic to bring that man back, pretty much with his voice. So, but yeah, we'll see how that happens. I mean, you know, I really hope that they will bring him back with his voice, and everything will sound good with the game. Like I say, I just can't wait till we see some gameplay, because it looked like they made this so realistic. And like I say, Hideo Kojima can make very good, you know, because I remember he used to go through cameras. Because I remember Metal Gear Solid 2, he was going through the city of New York, and then he was going through all the stuff and kind of, you know, show the sights and everything, and pretty much put it into a game, and you know, to kind of make it look good. I just, like I say, he may end up doing stuff like this, because I'm telling you, Metal Gear Solid is almost like watching a movie. I'm surprised they have not really made a live action movie yet, you know, because the game's been out for so long. I mean, hopefully, you never know, hopefully we'll hear something, they will make a movie out of it, because your boy will go see it momentarily, bottom line, because I love the Metal Gear Solid series. I love everything how they do it. It tells a story, nothing makes a beat. So hopefully they'll make this game longer than they did before the old ones. Just don't cut any parts. But like I say, hey, when you make a good game, take your time. I mean, I know a lot of people want to make something like, man, you gotta hurry up, man, take it too long, it's just taking forever, dude, you know, just make this game work. But you got to take the time to let the game developers do what they gotta do. It's not like it is back in the day when you can make a game and it's out there and it's already there for the races. Because if you start doing stuff like that, you're gonna start having errors, you're gonna start having flaws, then you're really gonna have a lot of gamers going to be upset because the game is broken, something is not right, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But like I say, you want to take your time, do what you got to do. Later on, when the game gets right, then later on the line, you'll have some updates coming out and something else they can put onto what they just left. But like I say, give it some time, and you know, let this game work out. And like I say, this is going to be one of the bestest Metal Gear Solid games of all time, and they remade the third one. I'm very excited. I am very excited the way they doing this, and let them continue. Let Kojima run this thing. If he's doing it, let this work. Let this game work, because like I said, your boy will get it. I will definitely pre-order when the time comes, when the date comes out to play this game, and I'm ready. I'll buy this mug on a PlayStation 5 like crazy and just be playing it. I may take a vacation or something like that and have a good time playing this game. You know, who knows? That's just the way we roll. All right, this is your boy RP35 signing out of here. Y'all take care, and y'all have a very, very blessed day. Peace.